Hello everyone, and now welcome to a game. This game between EnTe and Soin here on Hammerfall. EnTe is spawned as the red undead player on the top left-hand side of the map. Meanwhile, Soin has spawned as the teal human player on the bottom right. Looks like it is going to be Paladin rifle build coming across from Soin. There's that blacksmith, there's that altar of kings, there's a barracks, farm. All of that will be placed down here momentarily. And as well, oh no, farms being built back here. There you are. There we go. And leaving the front a little bit more wide open than I would have expected. There's that paladin. There are those riflemen as the game is getting underway. Death Knight. Well, no, not a Death Knight. Excuse me. Crypt Lord first coming in across from EnTe, selling the Scroll of Town Portal, picking up a sacrificial skull, and unsummoning that Altar of Darkness. All signs are pointing to a fast expansion attempt, and it does make a lot of sense for EnTe as, well, if you see skeletal minions also on the battlefield. I'm wondering why he didn't go for beetles first. Perhaps the skeletal minions have a little bit more damage and able to do a bit more here, perhaps haunting that gold mine. Now, I often get questions about, hey, timing and build orders, and when do you go Haunted Gold Mine first, or when do you go Ziggurat first with that Nerubian Tower? And as I like to tell my children whenever they ask me a question, what is the perfect way to do anything? It is, well, it depends. Give me one moment. All right, I'm back. Well, you guys don't notice a difference. Meanwhile, yeah, totally lost my train of thought. So, how do you know when to build the Haunted Gold Mine first, or the Ziggurat, or the Nerubian Tower? And the answer to that is always, it depends. It depends on really what your opponent is doing. EnTe knows that Soin is going for this slower Paladin rifle build, and with that, he knows that he's going to be kind of stuck on his side of the map for a little bit longer. The riflemen come out a little bit more. The riflemen really need to reach critical mass, so to speak. They need to get to a good point in order to reach critical mass. And then once they reach his critical mass, then you can actually put pressure with them. 2 riflemen, really not enough. 3 to 4 is what you need in order to be able to actually shut down any of that, shut down that expansion. With that, well, EnTe knows that he has time to build this all and then try and take that economic advantage. So this is that ebb and flow that we often see in the meta, what players are trying to do. EnTe perhaps knowing, or Soin knowing that, hey, a lot of undead players have a hard time dealing with this Paladin rifle build since the army is just so durable with that additional armor and that burst heal. Now, well, how do you counteract that? Undead fast expansion. Being able to have a stronger economy going into it, and you just hit them really hard with more stuff. So that's the counter flow coming back across here. I know years ago, if you told me that undead would suddenly become the fast expansion race over human, I would have wondered if you were really playing WarCraft 3 or not. There's EnTe in that single tower here. The Paladin's going to try to come across, get some damage here, and this is key. Soin needs to be able to punish these acolytes here and try and take them down while this tech to tier 2 is happening. If any of these acolytes are lost, well, the entire time while it's upgrading, that gold is lost here. Ghouls are now making its way back across, and you can see that the riflemen are purposely trying to get a little bit of separation here. The Nerubian Tower able to finish off one of those riflemen. One very low hit point ghoul able to retreat back again. As we see now an Impale, a beautiful lineup. There's a Holy Light to try and save. And, well, it looks as though these units will be able to back away nicely. All right, already having 1-0 upgrade also on those riflemen shows how much focus fire damage these riflemen are doing, right? 19 to 28 damage. Let's call it 24 damage, 25 damage to make the math easier. That's 125 damage per volley against these ghouls that do not have armor. So, well, one volley later, suddenly you're almost in Holy Light direct kill range. So not that, well, the Paladin should be using Holy Light as an offensive weapon all too often, but it is an option. Now, more damage coming across here. Force Troll Berserker. This one Rifleman down to 154 hit points. Another Holy Light could be in order, right? You don't want to overheal. As soon as the Rifleman's down below 135 hit points, that's when you want to do it. As this Paladin, well, is just going to be ignored. The Crypt Lord can click on the Paladin, see that there's a Wand of Illusion, and know pretty much exactly what's happening here. All right, one Beetle down. Another Beetle could get taken down. It looked like this Paladin got the hit off, but there's no way that's possible, as the Blood Mage is now ready to make a bit of a move. All right, Forest Troll Warlord unit's going to try and retreat back here. Ogre Warrior quickly going to get taken down first. Now, going across here, perhaps Siphon Mana into the Paladin. More Riflemen joining in on the fight, as we are now at tier 2 and getting that level 2 weapon upgrade and getting up a lumber mill and trying to speed build some farms as well. Soen actually up supply blocked and wants to add more Riflemen as quickly as possible. Wants to get up to 50 over 50 supply and then do a bit of a timing push with this very powerful 2-0 upgraded, or essentially 2-2 upgraded army, when you can add in the devotion aura of this Paladin. Siphon Mana, Paladin still gaining plenty of mana here. Going to go after this Forest Troll Berserker. Still sitting at 47 over 50 supply. One more Rifleman getting trained? No? Nope. 2-0 upgrades done. And now adding in a workshop. All right, so perhaps a couple of flying machines going to be left behind here, as the Paladin, I believe picked up a potion of greater healing. All right, that's going to be some nice picks there. There's some Siphon Mana onto the Crypt Lord. A couple of Beetles are going to get cleaned up. Some easy free experience as the tech to tier 2 is completed, and now going into a tech to tier 3. Oh, those ghouls so quickly going to get finished off here. More Siphon Mana. There's a quick Impale. No Scroll of Healing to counteract Impales, though. That does come as a surprise. We should be looking at a Holy Light, a couple of ghouls. That is a major swarm of ghouls. Not a lot of AoE, and perhaps this is where we need to actually see a Panda or a Mountain King for either Thunderclap or Breath of Fire. All right, you can see each of the Riflemen are trying to retreat back slowly, finishing off one of these ghouls at a time. But the Paladin's Holy Light cooldown is going to be key here. There's another Holy Light trying to save. We're going to be looking at another low hit point ghoul, as this one Rifleman trying to retreat all the way back there is going to be healed back up. And this is just a long line of just units. Banish to save, Holy Light to save, constantly just firing as reinforcements are coming back across as well. All right, more damage coming in here again. Are we going to see a Holy Light? This Rifleman going to get taken down, but level 4 now on the Paladin, level 3 on the Blood Mage. Are we going to see some more Siphon Mana? There's another Holy Light again, as all of these ghouls are just getting cleaned up. 50 over 50, 47 now over 50 supply compared to 38. As the Riflemen are just trying to retreat back every which way, get away as quickly as possible. Are we going to see a Holy Light there? No. Paladin raised his hammer, but was not able to finish it off. All right, Obsidian Statue. Well, you can see that burst damage. When those Riflemen hit, one more shot from the Blood Mage takes it down. And now, well, what's going to go down here? All right. 47 supply compared to 50, nearly level 5 on that Paladin. Blood Mage sitting at level 3. We're going to be looking at Acolytes getting taken out, and as the Acolytes are lost, well, this could give level 5 to the Paladin. Yeah, level 5 now on that Paladin. That's going to be level 3 Devotion Aura. These Riflemen are essentially 2-3 upgraded, and that Paladin has 16 armor. All right, are we going to try and engage here? The ghouls are trying to swarm. The Riflemen trying to retreat back here. Paladin needs to stay nearby in order to give that Devotion Aura and, well, really reduce the amount of damage all these units are taking. All right, Obsidian Statue now joining in on the battle, but the Obsidian Statue is good for healing multiple units, not units that are getting individually focused fire down. Paladin now in trouble. Death Knight now out onto the battlefield. We're going to see some Death Coils finishing off. No, keeping ghouls alive instead, as the mortar teams are joining in on the fight as well. All right, ghoul, Riflemen. All right, we're looking at low hit point. Well, we need to see some Siphon Mana. Death Coil trying to save, and I believe Soen has overstayed his welcome in EnTe's base. A couple more Riflemen gonna get lost. They're looking at now at 35 supply compared to 39. And here is that tactical retreat in order. Riflemen getting trained back up. Mortar teams getting trained here. A 1-2 punch. Paladin does not have a Scroll of Town Portal. This could go very, very badly. There's a Holy Light. There's Siphon Mana. But it's not going to be enough. Too much of a surround here. Death Knight now sitting at level 2. Going after the Paladin here as another Rifleman gonna get lost. Soin really overstayed his welcome. And now the Paladin could be in some serious trouble. He's going to try and double back around the other way. There's that Siphon Mana, not getting enough mana at all as the Blood Mage or the Paladin going to go ahead, try to jump into the Goblin Zeppelin. The Death Knight does have an Orb of Corruption, able to deal some significant damage and also apply that negative armor debuff as EnTe now at 51 supply. All right, so this is one of those situations where, Soin has played a very strong game, just doing a great job, getting the most out of his units, but at the same time, in the same way, he's actually behind right now because EnTe was able to get up this expansion. Yes, Soin does have a level 5, level 3 compared to a level 5, level 2. Are we getting a Lich? Yes, we're also adding in a Lich as well. But that's all that's really going for him right now. Now, if the Paladin can get to level 6, though, Resurrection becomes a very big factor. After six Riflemen or Mortar teams die, what are you going to suddenly see? You're going to suddenly... we're going to see a Haunted Goldmine get bursted down absolutely quickly. Triple Mortar teams. There's a quick unsummoning there. And now the economic advantage is all gone. Mortar teams should be dropping in, trying to take down this entire expo as we're looking at EnTe pushing in pressure into the main base. Dual Arcane Towers not going to be enough. You need to see some guard towers here. Militia getting called to arms, but because there is no armor upgrades, these ghouls with 1/1 upgrades may be able to tear through this. All right. Riflemen making their way through. Mortar team's going to go ahead, try and burst down the Haunted Goldmine here. And if he can actually take down this Haunted Goldmine, that's going to be an incredibly, incredibly tough spot to be in as, EnTe will have no more gold mining at all. All right, taking down that Haunted Goldmine. There it is. Goblin Zeppelin picked it up. Are we going to see a tactical retreat? Yes, we are. And my goodness, at one point I said EnTe was in this game because of the economic advantage. What economic advantage now? No gold mines are mining at all, and he has 5 acolytes eating into his supply count. We're also upside down on supply, 63 over 60, and he's unsummoning a Necropolis. He's unsummoning a Necropolis. I don't think he realizes that the Necropolis is actually providing him supply, and then he's not going to be able to trade anything for a lot longer. That's going to be huge. All right, getting ready to engage here. Siphon Mana draining out that Crypt Lord, making sure that no impales. Meanwhile, Goblin Zeppelin picking up and dropping nicely. Perhaps we need to be able to find some sort of door. Holy Light finishes off one ghoul very quickly there. All right. Still low on gold. Look at this. We're looking at 59 over 50 supply. I guess that's one way to clear up supply problems. Throw your units into a gauntlet and have them be destroyed. Mortar teams trying to lob or to take down units again. We're looking at a Paladin trying to keep things interesting. Are we going to see some more Siphon Mana? We are. Arcane Tower getting a little bit of poke as the ghouls with Frenzy doing so much. Level 4 now on the Blood Mage. Level 2 Banish. And level 2 Banish coupled with level 2... Well, no, we need to see level 3 Holy Light. That would have been interesting. Banish Holy Light to deal like 400 or deal like 500 damage, can pretty much finish off anything there. Gargantuan Sea Turtle getting cleaned up. The Crypt Lord going to be taking some of that precious experience away. The gold mines are now finally getting haunted up again as this gold mine here, has about 6 minutes of mining left. 48 supply compared to 57 over 50. 5-3-1. Death Knight did not level up. Lich did not level up. Criplord didn't even gain any experience at all, as the Paladin ready to, well, push on across. All right, are we going to get ready to engage? There's going to be a little bit of damage. Siphon mana. There's a Cyclone. Mortar Team's going to lob in some damage as well, as the Rifleman will able to stay alive. There goes a big Impale across multiple units. Another Cyclone, minimizing how much Holy Light you can have as the Riflemen are trying to back away. Goblin Zeppelin elevatoring some of these units, and Holy Light. So we're looking at Zeppelin Micro on top of Holy Light Micro to try and save units. That is a low hit point. Rifleman going to get picked up again. We need to see another Holy Light come across somewhere. There's a Death Coil onto a Mortar Team. 41 supply compared to 42, and the supply lead has changed once again. Goblin Zeppelin has a whole bunch of low hit point units and now needs to try and retreat away. That Goblin Zeppelin, 343 supply. There's some more mana drain. There's a Holy Light trying to save those units again, as the Blood Mage could get in a little bit of trouble trying to retreat back. Looking for a Scroll of Regeneration across all of these units here. And there's some more Siphon mana, and this is incredibly smart. Getting the Scroll of Regeneration down after all three enemy heroes do not have any mana. Well, no, the Lich has some mana. We may see a Frost Nova to try and stop that healing. And no, it didn't stop it because the Blood Mage was able to drain the mana again. The Riflemen were trying to get within range. Paladin trying to hold off. And this is a game of trying to play on the edges, as the Paladin able to finish off another 2 units once more. All right, lifting up. Paladin sitting at 510 hit points. 48 supply compared to 43. Gold mines now back to mining. But that was a beautiful tactical play by Soin. All right. Now, what is going to go down next? EnTe only has heroes and obsidian statues to go after this gargantuan sea turtle creep camp. Where are the rest of units? There's a bunch of ghouls back at home. They are 1-1 upgraded. I still don't think we have... No, we do have armor upgrades for these riflemen, but not getting the next level. So we are only essentially looking at 2-4 upgraded units. All right, getting ready to engage here. There's a gargoyle. That gargoyle, gets finished off quickly. And now Mortar Team's trying to lob in on attacks. There's a quick impale. All of those low hit point Mortar Teams going to get cleaned up. 1 down, 2 down. And, well, poor positioning. That's what you need. If you have this rifleman build, you need awesome positioning to work out well. Well, we know that there are a couple of riflemen, Mortar Teams down. We know that a couple of riflemen could get taken down as well, and they're just currently trying to fire back. All right, there's plenty of mana on this Paladin, and we're just still looking at more Holy Lights here. Are we going to be looking at a resurrection? That is the question. 1 rifleman down. Another rifleman could get taken down. This is perfect time for a resurrection, and there you have it. Back out onto the battlefield, as the Rods of Necromancy was used once to take one of those corpses away. All right, 57 supply now compared to 37. And we're still 20 minutes into this game. The Mortar Teams are trying to take down that Haunted Gold Mine. A beautiful Impale again. How did the Crippler get mana? Obsidian Statue is still able to hold this army together, as the Blood Mage now drains mana out from that Crippler. There goes the Obsidian Statue. Mortar Teams taking down the Haunted Gold Mine. And now units are trying to retreat back once more. Siphon mana into the Blood Mage. Blood Mage going to get a Holy Light back from the Paladin. Now all of these Mortar Teams need to somehow stay alive. They're going to get Goblin Zeppelined up and try and retreat again, as we're still looking at more fighting. There is a Potion of Greater Healing. There's a Scroll of Healing. Impale doesn't hit most of the units, and now the Paladin could be in a little bit of trouble. Potion of Invulnerability, perhaps. No, doesn't pick one up, and now fighting back the other way. More Holy Light. That Paladin seems to have mana for days, as we are looking at the Mortar Team's going to take down that Nerubian Tower extremely fast. All right, it gets taken down. Are we going to see the Paladin perhaps try and, well, finish off that Haunted Gold Mine? Well, it is going to get finished off again, as more damage is getting lifted up. Lich losing all of its precious mana. Level 3 Siphon mana, essentially giving mana back to that Paladin over and over and over and over, as the Tomb of Relics trying to get, well, we're going to look at a couple of Acolytes get finished off here. Blood Mage sitting at level 5. Paladin coming in from behind as well. 54 supply compared to 44. Soin in a great spot again. Ready to knock on the door here. Gold Mine on the bottom side only has about 80 seconds of mining left. Blood Mage able to drain the mana. There he gets impaled. May get a Holy Light here to try and stay alive as the Blood Mage is still... Goblin Zeppelin picked up. It could be in a little bit of trouble. Needs to get dropped back down. Blood Mage gets healed up again as the Goblin Zeppelin going to get taken down. More drained mana, more Rifleman. And there's that Scroll of Healing that was used as that Goblin Zeppelin finally gets taken down. All right, more Holy Light trying to save low hit point Riflemen. And all they are doing is stuttering back and then shooting at the ghouls who are trying to chase them. There goes an Impale. One Rifleman down here. 95 seconds for another Resurrection. Acolytes joining on the fight and able to finish off 1 or 2 units, as that is a tactical retreat there. Wasn't necessarily losing, didn't lose that battle, but wanted to minimize losses, get re-healed, get back up. The Paladin, the hardest one to heal right now. And, well, gonna get a little bit of mana as well. All right, so Scroll of Regeneration. Paladin getting healed up slowly but surely. 47 over 56 supply, adding in 2 more Riflemen. This will be a 50 over 50 or 50 over 56 supply army, as this gold mine is going to be coming to an end. We could perhaps be looking at a town hall being built, and then perhaps getting sped built just a little bit here, as this gold mine is about to run out. Yep, one last piece of gold there. All right, down to 280 gold. Blood Mage, is it going to sell anything? No, picks up a Scroll of Healing. Paladin still slowly regenerating some hit points. Going to make its way off to the north. Skeletal Minion just going to get easily, absolutely destroyed and taken down. Meanwhile, Haunting of the Gold Mine by EnTe off on the north. Only 30 seconds of mining left on this main base here. And we are looking at enough time for regeneration to happen. Now, this EnTe knows this, and he should be trying to summon up as much as possible. Oh, the mortar teams are just lobbing down damage here. Holy Light Ghouls getting finished off quickly. Paladin needs to retreat back here. Paladin doesn't want to be in the very, very front. He wants to kind of act as a little bit of a background protection here. We're going to see a Holy Light, yes, saving 1. Additional Ghoul is going to get taken down. Blood Mage sitting at level 5. If the Blood Mage gets to level 6, that is going to be a very big deal, as the units are still retreating back again. All right, what is that? Gauntlets of Ogre Strength +3. Rifleman trying to retreat again. That's going to get taken down. Level 4 now on the Death Knight. Blood Mage still sitting at 5.5 here. Mortar team's getting cleaned up as we see a Resurrection going down. All right, a couple more units back out onto the battlefield before the Scroll of Town Portal whisks away. Blood Mage down to 186 hit points, down to 37, and survives. Scroll of Regeneration will be needed. Long distance mining happening. Perhaps the peasants should be trying to build this town hall slightly faster now that they've dropped a couple of bags of gold. There's that Scroll of Regeneration going on strong. And, well, 44 supply compared to 38. Gold mine of EnTe now starting to mine. Peasants getting ready to work here. Going to be able to finish this up. We are 24 minutes into this game with still near clear victor as of yet. Paladin out of gold, out of items. We're looking at, an opportunity for the Lich to get to level 3. Gargantuan Sea Turtle going to give a good amount of experience. Crypt Lord still taking a lot of that precious experience away is EnTe, and his choice to go Tri-Hero, being able to get into a level 5 and a 5-4-3, going to beat a level 6 and a level 5 hero. Now, you got to remember, all bets are off if the Blood Mage gets to level 6. The Paladin probably wishes he could give some of that extra experience over to that Blood Mage, as that would be absolutely huge to have a Phoenix go up against all of these heavy armored units. The ghouls, the abominations, they would just be taking so much damage while the Phoenix is in the air and trying to chase after and get within melee range of these riflemen. All right, the cooldown timer for some reason not accurate on this Resurrection. Acolytes perhaps going to try and haunt this gold mine here. Blood Mage picks up a Scroll of Healing. Is it going to be able to pick up anything else? That is a big question here. Needs to pick up an Invul Potion perhaps, and then give it to Dual Scrolls of Healing. All right, Dual Scrolls of Healing to try and counteract the Frost Novas and the Impales. Also being able to heal that Paladin, who's now at 700 hit points and slowly climbing. 2 upgrades there. Blood Mage, where is it going? That it should not be that far. If that Blood Mage is in a bad spot, no, perhaps gonna try to get a Goblin Zeppelin for some micro. Well, there's a reveal, and then these ghouls are going to be in trouble. Paladin going to try to get in pressure. All right, here we are into that engagement. Paladin trying to act as a wall. There's a Frost Nova. There's an Impale. And now, are we going to see a Scroll of Healing? Yeah, there's a Scroll of Healing to try and counteract all of that there. Crypt Lord needing to get one more kill. Gets up to level 6. And now it is going to be a matter of whether or not it wants to use that ultimate ability. No, not going to use the ultimate ability. Mana's all drained out. Both sides fighting. Blood Mage trying to retreat back here. Back into a corner. Siphon Mana again. Holy Light trying to save. But there's a bunch of beetles out here on the battle. Militia now getting called over. There's another big Impale as the Paladin could be in trouble. Down to 400 hit points. Another Scroll of Healing being used. And what is going to go down here? Paladin down to 250, trying to finish off all of these units. Paladin still in this position here. Siphon Mana, trying to clean things up. Perhaps we're going to see a Holy Light onto the Blood Mage. Blood Mage, well, needs to banish that Paladin so that it cannot take any additional damage. Arcane Towers joining in on the battle. We're going to see another Holy Light. Yes, saves ever so barely. Blood Mage now needs to banish himself as we're looking at the ghouls going after all of these units down here as well. 25 supply compared to 45. So many different handoffs going back and forth as we're going to see another Holy Light right there. All right, level 7 now on that Paladin. Level 3 Holy Light going to be a big heal boon here, as well as the Riflemen are still getting trained up. More Riflemen need to be trained here. We're going to be looking at more units getting taken down. And the Blood Mage, 6 experience shy. 6 experience shy from that next level. Is he going to get it? Is he going to kill a beetle? Is he going to kill a beetle and get to level 6? Yes, he does. There's a Holy Light. We're going to see the Phoenix. Yes, we are. A beetle gives the Phoenix out onto the battlefield. What a turn of events again. There's another Holy Light. Remember, the entire game, we've only been seeing level 2 Holy Light, not level 3. Paladin now out on the battlefield here, trying to chase down some units. Blood Mage chasing after as well, but the Death Knight's Unholy Aura able to keep pace. EnTe now back with that additional base there. We are going to get some mining going on once more for Soin. And now, what is going to go down here? Damage, trying to finish off all of these buildings again. Paladin, oh, that resurrection, I guess it was fully ready. The Phoenix is causing a little bit of AoE damage. It is actually very, very far back, and that could be a little bit of a problem. Siphon Mana, Paladin, what is it going to do? Holy Light finishes off the Crypt Lord, but the Crypt Lord does have an Ankh of Reincarnation. Paladin down to 8 hit points. Paladin gets taken down. Paladin gets taken down. The Ankh of Reincarnation, totally a bait to try and bait out that Paladin. Blood Mage going to get taken down at level 6. And EnTe is going to end up winning this game as the Blood Mage gets taken out. Phoenix, the last ditch, the last hope, as the, well, Gargoyles finish things off here. All right, continuing to fire back and forth, trying to finish things off. There goes that Phoenix Egg. And EnTe, with the economic advantage, is going to come away with the victory. I cannot believe how many lead changes there were in this matchup. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Here are the final scores.